Hello, I am back. This is the last day that you will ever hear me in my 20s again, because tomorrow is my birthday. What do you think about that? Goodbye, 20s. Hello to my 30s. I'm very excited about it. 20s were not as cool as I thought they were going to be. A lot of issues, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Tough time. But my 30s look prosperous. I like it. If you've been checking out my progress on podcastfatboy.com, you'd see that I have fluctuated over the last while, but always seem to come back to my original weight. So that's progress. I should change it to what progress? That should be what the category is called. But I've been busy. My average chubbiness has once again been getting me work. So I haven't had any need to improve it just yet. I did let my gym membership expire for about a month, and I have yet to renew it, but I will. I'm going to renew it. There's going to be some changes around here. I'm turning 30. God. But, with all these fluctuations, if you do look at the bar graph, goes up and down, and very, very little weight is lost. I've gained more weight than I've lost. Let's put it that way. And with all this, I was like, I think it's time that, I get another physical. It's been a few years. It's kind of been eating at me in the back of my mind. What do I have? What's my blood pressure? What's my cholesterol? Like, I feel like everything would be bad. So I went and had a physical, did all the blood work, and, I was, when I went to see the doctor for the results, I was sure I was going to get some concerned looks. I thought he was going to, take his glasses off and give me like a real heart-to-heart. But everything was great. My blood pressure, 120/80. Not bad. That's good. That's standard. Heart rate, 65. Very healthy, low rate. Cholesterol, sugars, all good. Levels all good. So internally, I'm not doing too bad. And that says something for people that are bigger. That doesn't exactly mean that they're unhealthy. I know lots of people that are overweight that actually have pretty good insides. So, lay off. That's what I'm trying to say. But he did say that I should lose about 15 to 20 pounds. That's obvious, though. That's just a quick scan up and down my body. I did notice that he weighed me on his scale, and I noticed that the scale happened to be on a carpet. So when he weighed me, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're about 206." And I was like, "Wow, is that how off my expensive scale at home is? By a whole 7 pounds? That doesn't make sense because I weigh myself on a solid ground, no carpet, on a tile floor, which is what you're supposed to do." So sure enough, as crazy as I am, I went out and I bought a 25 pound weight to put on it to test it out to see if it was calibrated. That's going to tell you 25 pound weight. And sure enough, my scale at home, 25 pounds on the scale. So mine is right. I am 213 and he is wrong. And I can only think the amount of people that are going in there thinking that they're a lot less when they're actually, a solid 6 or 7 more, which for some people, that's not a lot. For other people that are watching their weight, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. I also got some changes coming to the show. Obviously, you've noticed that they haven't been happening so frequently because of my busy schedule and also because of the pressure that I put on myself to try and do it every week. There's something so daunting about having to do all this fitness and watch my diet and then also getting in guests to talk about their stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot of candy in one bowl. So what I'm going to do is change it to bi-weekly. And that's going to take some of the pressure off of me trying to think that I have to be doing it 100% of the time being on the mic. So that's good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to get 2 episodes a month in. It'll give me more time to focus on my health and everything else. A little more time for progress, which is good. The other reason why is that on the off week, I'll be doing another podcast. I started producing for a podcast called Confederacy of Dunks with Kevin Dowse and Freddie Rivas. Now, that is a basketball podcast, a Toronto Raptors podcast. These guys know their shit about basketball. If you want to listen to a great fan podcast for basketball, check out Confederacy of Dunks. There's a link on my page. You can also look it up in iTunes. So yeah, I'm just kind of producing on that. Now, on my episode blog on my website, I posted a video of the music video for Olivia Newton-John's Physical. I didn't realize that it was her that sang that song. I checked it out. If you watch that video, she's just bullying chubby people the entire time, making them feel like shit, and then magically turning them into these like buff weirdos. I don't know how I feel about this video. It kind of makes me sick. Check that out. Let's move on to the show. All right. We got Steph Tolev, comedian, old pal. She stopped by for a chat. We reminisced about the old days. We talked about her experience with Highland dancing. She also talked about a really scary incident that happened while she was exercising, and it pretty much put her life in jeopardy.
Who's a fat boy?
Podcast Fat Boy.
Yeah, so I downloaded your album
Thank
from
you.
iTunes. I also had an issue with iTunes.
Did you? With the album?
One of the tracks didn't download. There was some error, and iTunes is so screwed up. When that happens and you buy an album, then it's very difficult to get them to re-download that song. Like, it just says, like, I've purchased the album, and then it shows that one track, and it just says, like, buy it for $1.29 or get
That's
this.
so annoying.
It's really weird. I don't know, like, I think there's a way, but it's like, you'd think with Apple that it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, like, be like just contact somebody and
Yeah.
like, give you like a
I don't know why
barcode or something.
Yeah, because, like, it does show that it's been purchased, but for some reason,
Oh, that's annoying.
that's all right.
Sorry
That's all
about
right.
that.
I listened to the sample of it anyways.
What
so,
was the
yeah.
track?
It was the one where don't you hate when you get a song stuck in your head?
Oh, yeah, that one's stupid. It's not the best sketch, so you don't have to worry about that.
All right. Yeah, it's not. There's a ton of tracks on there, so
Yeah, you don't need that one.
I'm happy. What was that like making that album?
It took a long time.
Yeah?
We took our time with it. Like, we won the competition, and then we took a year to do it because we kept going in and out to XM and recording, and then we'd listen back, oh, I don't like that. And the issue was we kept doing those sketches live and kept adding on newer things. Like, oh, we want this on. So we kept like kind of redoing some of the scenes.
Yeah.
And it took a while, then like getting them to add in sounds and us making sure the sounds are okay. And like just, it was like like a full year pretty much for us to get it like fully done.
Really?
Yeah, and we're like we're very happy with how it is now because there's like a lot of tracks we didn't know what we wanted to put on, and like we wanted to have like some kind of running theme through it, but we didn't really know how to do that, and then we didn't know what have a title for so long, and then finally,
Was there like a producer involved that was like kind of?
yeah, Ben Miner
Yeah?
produced,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and another I can't remember his name right now, produced at
all right.
XM. You probably not listening anyways. The two of them helped produce it, and then Barry Taylor from Comedy Records like distributed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they try to control the content at all, or did you kind of have free range? with
We had
that?
free range.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were like, just do whatever, and like we swore, and we were kind of gross, and they're like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, all right. It's like our albums. Like Ben was very clear. Like, you do exactly. Like, we won't put it out until you are 100% behind it. So we're like, yeah, we want to take our time. And there's no rush. He wasn't rushing us at all. So
Yeah.
and we had studio time whenever we wanted it. So we had like 3 months where we couldn't really go in because it was like summer and stuff. Mm-hmm. So
Is it just a digital release, or can you like buy a CD?
it's right now it's just digital.
I guess I should say that like we're talking with Steph Tolev, comedian Steph
hi.
Tolev, and we're talking about her sketch troupe Lady Stash released a comedy album called So Many Wolves.
Yes. Yeah. Have you heard the last track yet?
The last track,
The massage one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of where that whole wolf thing came
That's
from.
where the wolf
yeah,
thing-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
didn't have anything to do with you guys encountering wolves in the wild or anything.
No. I just have a weird obsession with like wolves, and I have a lot of animal shirts, I guess. That's probably what that came from.
Uh-huh.
Bancroft actually sells Stedman's in Bancroft
Do
if you
they?
want to go. They have a lot of animal shirts, yes.
Well, I got a little theme for you to get into the next thought of
Same.
conversation.
All right.
I picked this song for you, and I think you might know why.
Oh God. Is this the Highland dancing by any chance? Yes. Oh my God.
Steph Tolev.
That's the weirdest thing. Oh my God.
When I originally got this mixer, I thought that it was it said FX. So I was like, oh, it's going to have like all these things I can program and like do sound effects. And I'd have like buttons to be like, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like for musicians if they want reverb or something. So now I can do this.
I can change it.
That's the only thing.
Pretty much.
I'm glad you spent a lot of money on
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
for that one button that you can press.
It was very
that's
difficult
great.
for you. But yeah, you were, as a child, you grew up with Highland dancing. That's a very tiring thing.
Yeah, I competitively danced from my mom was the teacher,
Okay.
so I had to dance, and I started when I was 3, and I competed till I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my whole life pretty much.
What made your mom get into it? Do you have Irish roots? That
No,
way,
no,
or-
no, Bulgarian.
I guess
I'm a
it's-
Bulgarian woman, so I don't know. It's so strange.
The Highland dancing's Scottish, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. My grandma just really liked Scotland, and I don't know why. She's not Scottish either, and it really makes no sense at all. And then my mom, I think, when she was a kid, my grandma kind of put her into it, and then my mom danced her whole life, and then became a teacher, and then she taught. My mom started teaching when she was 21 years old. She taught in my grandma's basement, and then she started her own dancing school, and me and my sister were forced to do it.
Wow.
We weren't very.
Did you enjoy it?
When I was younger.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I did. But then it was like, I wasn't good. I was good when I was really, like, me and my sister were good when we were like 9 years old. Like that was our peak year where like
Yeah.
we'd win a lot of competitions. Like we represent, like there's this thing called the Ontarios you rep. And then if you get the top 5, you go to the Canadians. And then I was like top 5 Canadians when I was 9 years old. I was like,
Yeah.
that's as far as I got. Like I never won a championship or I never won like anything big. And then we go to Scotland every year because it's like the world championships, like where all people from all over would come and dance. And I was garbage. I would never even make the qual. I was so bad. Like I just got lazy too, and I'd be hungover at competitions. So because my parents like ran the competitions too.
Yeah.
So I had to get up like 6 a.m. and go help like registration and like line up the dancers.
Oh my God.
It really took over my entire life. Yeah.
Like it looks like it'd be really intense cardio.
It is. It's
Yeah.
like it's really, and it's hard on the joints. Like a lot of people have like really bad knees and stuff. It's like it's constant. Like you're jumping constantly for every dance is like I guess the longest dance is probably like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's like constant the whole time. Like you're moving everything the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is there something similar in Ireland? Do they have like?
Yeah, they have like the
Do they have
Irish dancing is similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all like turned in and like Highland's all turned out, like your knees and everything are like turned to the side, and with Irish everything's forward. It's hard to
Yeah,
I'm doing demonstrations
yeah.
with my hands. It's very hard to explain verbally the differences.
When I
Acted out great.
when I went back to Ireland, my family never brought anything like that up to like see or wanted to take me out to see any kind of Irish dancing.
No.
Like I don't know how popular it is there, if it's just kind of like
I think it is, but I think it's just like if you're in that world, you're in that world. Like
Yeah.
the Highland dancing people in whoever's part of Highland dancing, they're like psycho. Their life just revolves around it. Like I'm actually going to Seattle with my family in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There's this big Highland dancing conference, and my mom pays me to DJ, and I'm like, all right. But then she's like, why don't you do some stand up about Highland dancing? I'm
there
like,
you go.
I don't think this is what I want to do right now.
write a few bits.
For 12-year-old girls, yeah, they're not going to relate to anything I say. Yeah.
God, you've been doing a lot of stand-up comedy lately, haven't you? Like, is
Yeah.
that like been your primary focus, or like have you been trying to keep it even with sketch as well?
I've
or-
been trying to keep it even, but it's hard. Like Allison does Sketchersons, so she's pretty focused with that. And stand-up pays. Stand-up
Yeah.
comedy pays money, and
so
sketch doesn't
you're
really.
touring around doing it. And
Yeah. I've
Wow.
been doing, yeah.
Have you brought in any of the things you learned when you were in college about how to eat on the road and stuff? Have you tried the sloppy joes in the coffee maker, or fried egg on a
No.
lampshade, or like
No.
what the hell was that?
I don't think I learned anything from college. I just met people that I liked.
No, so when you're traveling on the road, there isn't that one comic that is trying to sell you sloppy Joe patties for 38 cents.
No. I spend money on salads. I go out and I eat like a normal person.
Oh,
yeah.
I had this image of the touring stand up as just this like raw, like disgusting person that is practically like dumpster diving. That's what,
Well-
in a way we were told.
No. I mean, it's kind of sad. It's lonely. Like I was in Ottawa for the weekend, and I was with this older comic who had like
Yeah.
very long fingernails and toenails, just like clickety clacking around. It was kind of like, I mean, he was a clean person besides the stuff, but I think no, most people, and like we're adults now. I feel like I guess if I was 19 doing this, I couldn't afford it. I'm like, I'm an adult. I can buy a normal breakfast. I went out to brunch and treated myself to it. Like I'm getting paid anyways.
Are you
being there.
with Yuck Yucks?
No, I do absolute comedy,
Oh, wicked.
but they don't make you sign anything.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
So they put you out, give you shows and everything, and
kind of.
you can still go and perform at Yuck Yucks, or is
if
that
I
like,
wanted to, but I don't.
Yeah, you haven't done it like
No,
since.
I did the Humber alumni show actually last
Oh,
week.
did you?
Yeah, I got a little pocket knife. It says Humber School Comedy on it.
Holy shit! Who was there at the alumni show?
Oh, who knows?
Was
those
Jeff
people.
there?
No. We got $50, a T-shirt, and they said it was so funny because it said, "Come early for the drinks and the food."
Yeah.
There wasn't a lick of anything. There wasn't even a crumb. There was nothing. So a bunch of comics were like, "Where's the hors d'oeuvres?" They're like, "What hors d'oeuvres?" Like, well, we can read the email back, but there's nothing.
And that was at Yuck Yucks?
Yeah, no. Joe, what's his face was there?
Joe Gallant?
No. No. Joe, the bald man that worked at Yucks, worked at Humber. What's his name?
Joe Flaherty? No, Dave Flaherty?
No,
Joe, bald guy at
Yeah,
Humber.
I guess he like runs a program. I mean, I should probably know this guy's name. I think his name was on our diploma.
He used to be the
Yes,
dean.
the dean, yes.
The old dean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember his
Yeah,
last
neither
name.
can I.
Isn't it like Andrew? It's Andrew now?
Andrew Clark was
Yeah.
there. He was there, and then this other guy.
It's funny
I don't
that
know.
in our last year there, it was the only year that Larry was the dean, and it was just such a mess.
It was just like sweatpants.
We were
everywhere.
almost sold to a reality show.
Oh
Remember
my
that?
god, I forgot all about
Remember
that. Yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
all this thing like, oh my god, we're starting our careers on a reality show. We were all pissed, and remember Jake LeBeau coming around with a petition and everything to sign.
Man, I forgot all about that. I was literally stoned my entire second year being
Yeah.
there. I don't like as soon as I moved in with those guys, I'm like, well,
Oh,
this is
that's
it.
right.
Just stoned constantly. I don't remember classes. I don't remember like they always tell like Andy and Al at my cottage recently. They were telling these stories about yeah, remember that one time that you did this? I'm like, no, I don't remember any of that.
Oh man, the parties at your house were insane. That was so fun always going over there.
Yeah.
You guys had the foosball and everything.
It was a party.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
it was. Well, I don't when people say like when they ask how long I've been doing comedy for, I don't use my Humber as
No.
years.
As in
I don't
when you
because
started?
I don't think I did anything really.
Yeah.
Like we did the sets because we had to do as many, but like
Yeah.
I don't consider my rant for rent. I don't
Yeah.
consider that a set. Like I don't consider me going I was doing 2.5 minutes of dancing around to my cell phone music. I don't consider that a set. Like I consider like when I left Humber, I was doing improv and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
consider when I started
Yeah.
comedy. Yeah,
When you started to continue on after, and
yeah, and actually do it.
a lot
Like,
of, quite a few people from our year are still trying to make a go at it. So
yeah,
are
there's a lot.
making a go at it.
Well, Hillier is doing amazing. Sarah Hillier
Yeah.
is on the main stage.
And McHenry and you and
Yeah,
Allison and
McHenry,
Andy.
yeah.
Holy Jesus. Adam Cawley.
Colley's doing great. Yeah, I forgot about McKeegan. He's
That's
been
right.
touring with Absolute for a while.
Jeez. In Lady Stash, you originally started as a group called the Dumb Cunts.
Yeah, the Dumb Cunts. Yeah, yeah, we had to change that name because
You guys were a quartet at that time,
we weren't getting on any posters. They refused to put our name on anything.
even though you spelled cunts with a K.
Yeah. They didn't care. So I think I actually came up with the name Lady Stash, and
Yeah.
then they were like, "Yeah, that works."
So you did the comedy album, and now with your stand up is like the next thing to do like a taped like stand up special, like and release that.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did one?
I did the Halifax Comedy Festival this past May, so that'll be released either this fall or next fall.
So you went out to Halifax and you did a special out there? Is that how
Yeah,
it
they
works?
taped it.
Oh,
They
okay.
taping,
Okay.
so it'll be on I guess Comedy Network.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got a live thing on TV coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, we'll see how that. I'm a little worried because I know that with that one they edited the bits
Oh,
up.
do they?
So I was kind of trying to like not give them a chance.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
you're not getting anything in yours. No, you're saying the whole bit. The whole bit's coming out. Like,
That's funny.
so I'm hoping that it comes out like that. Because otherwise it's gonna be like, and then I was walking. I'm gonna be like, what? Like there's no punchline there. It makes no sense.
What are they going to try and like mix and match where
I
they
don't
want your bits to
know.
go?
I don't really know. So
be
we'll
strange.
see. I'm hoping that it comes out well.
It's like when you hear about Chris Rock, all his specials, and I remember seeing a video a few years ago where he had like four of his performances going at the same time in different theaters, so they're in like a split screen, and you could see he's like exactly the same in
Oh my
every one.
God.
It's like perfectly
That's
in
crazy.
time and moving. Like it's really insane.
wow.
He's a machine.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That scares me. I never want to be like that.
getting trying to bridge the fitness with your comedy.
Yes.
Would you say you'd be described as doing more of the physical comedy?
Yes.
Now, do you feel that how do you feel after a show when you do an hour show? Is it more taxing on you?
I'm tired. I am tired, and I'm sick. I hurt myself a lot. There's like this new Lady Stash sketch we're doing where we open where I'm like a really bad spy, and I'm just literally throwing my body around the stage. And I still actually have a scar. Yeah, I still have a scar from it right now on my knee. And the whole show, I just had this like sore knee from flailing around like an idiot. And then it's like I'm like stiff after. Like I should probably stretch.
Have you ever had any serious problems? Like I used to get really bad neck pain and stuff like that.
No, not that bad. Just I always I usually cut my knees.
Yeah.
Like horrible knees now,
like from the Highland dancing as well. Like so your knees are already.
Yeah, I get. Well, they're just no. I never really had that much pain from Highland dancing.
No.
No, I was okay. And like at the same time, my dad would train me, my sister, to do cross country at the same time that we would Highland dance.
Yeah.
But my mom got really pissed off about that. She's like, they need to dance. But me and my sister were built like Bulgarian runners. Like we were like big boned, big feet. Like I like size 9 feet when I was like 8 years old. I'm like, I should be Highland dancing with these fucking flippers right now. Like I should be running in the woods.
You grew up on the east side of Toronto too, is that correct?
East York, yeah.
Was this a part of the community? Was everybody Highland dancing there? All the girls on the street, on the corners?
Yeah, every corner was just a single Highland dancer. There was a couple, but not really. My mom's, she's like dancers from all around kind of Toronto.
Do you do anything for like your fitness regimen? Do you like to jog? Do you? Like
I run. I try to run.
Thing?
Yeah, because I did a half marathon a couple years ago and I lost like 25, 30 pounds when I was training for it. Yeah. I was a fat fucking pig after college. I look back at photos, I'm like, ugh, Steve dated me? I was a lard ass. Like just pictures of just all I can see is a chin. I'm like, ugh. I didn't realize how large it was. I'm like, oh my God, I lose weight. And the second I started running, like I was really training hard. Yeah. So I shed like 30 pounds. I'm like, so now I feel like running is the one thing to keep me.
And you don't go to any gyms or anything like
I do. That, I joined the, actually that stupid 24-hour boxing one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I don't like gyms.
What's that?
It sucks. It's just like the people and they're like, there's this one guy who has a Jesus tattoo on his arm in the shape of a cross. Mm-hmm. So it's like half Jesus' face is cut out because it's just a cross shape. So it just looks like, it looks insane. It's like Jesus like one eye and then it's like, I can't try to explain, but like, and then he grunts and screams constantly. Like I don't like anybody there.
Yeah, I know. I'm not very fond of gyms either.
Are you with a gym?
Yeah, well, I work at the community center down the street. Mm-hmm. The community center there, and it's a whole different experience. One of the things that I always worry about is like when I sign in, the gym's in the basement, and the women at the front desk are like retired old women. Mm-hmm. They're so slow moving, and it always makes me worse. Like, what if something happened downstairs? Like, there's no camera or anything. You're dead. Yeah. Like by the time that even if someone were to call them, and be like, "Oh my God, someone's having a heart attack down here," they'd be like, "Okay," and then they like by the time you'd be cold and dead. It's one of my biggest fears is that. It's super cheap, but you know, there's a risk to it.
Yeah, it's City of Toronto.
It's a City of Toronto.
Is there a pool?
There is a pool, but you have to pay extra for that.
Oh, okay.
It's like you pay for your like gym pass and your pool pass. I don't know. I'm not like the greatest swimmer.
It's supposed to be good work. Yeah, I don't.
It's a great workout. It's probably the only thing you need to do to
keep everything kind of in check. Yeah,
but there's
always a Band-Aid. There's always that one Band-Aid. I'm like, and it's like clean. I'm like, it wasn't clean when it came off.
When you were a kid, did your parents put you into swimming?
Yeah, I swam. I was so awful. I couldn't dive. I was terrified.
It's like it was all once they started getting to intense lane swimming and stuff like that.
Did you swim?
Yeah, I went to like blue.
Oh no, I was like orange. I was like the first one.
Oh really?
Yeah,
you didn't even make maroon?
No, because I couldn't dive.
Oh, that's right.
I did maroon like 3 times around. My parents like, just do it. I'm like, I can't dive. Like the way they force you to do it.
Yeah.
We just stand in the corner and just like rock. I'm like, this is not normal. I can dive now, but
I don't enjoy diving as much as I thought I used to.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Water in your ears. Your bathing suit comes off.
It always hurts my head. Like I guess I'm not doing it right. I'm
just your head first. Yeah. You're not even putting your hands out anymore.
No,
just a head dive. Yeah, that probably would hurt.
Straight down. Yeah. We used to play ball hockey. Remember?
Yeah. Yes, I remember. Top corners. What was like? I did a character on him before.
Did you?
Mitch, what's his name?
Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah.
He's,
Top corners, bro. Fucking top corner there. He's ridiculous. Yeah, he's insane.
that is so intense. Playing ball hockey in Toronto is insane. You play in a elementary school gym.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody is playing like it's the Stanley Cup Finals. They're like so intense. The fighting and stuff.
It's like
it was
bullies.
so-
It's like
yeah,
a bunch of bullies on each
bullies.
team. And it's like, I don't want to play these big guys and they get pissed off. You got the ball. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
Good workout.
Yeah.
Good workout.
It was
but
kind of fun, but then Mitch was every time was a fight. Didn't we have like
Yeah.
the team's lowest score for
We
like
did,
spirit
yeah,
points or something? Everybody
yeah.
hated us.
Spirit
Yeah.
points, that's right. Yeah,
hated our team.
we didn't have any spirit points. God, I remember years ago. I remember hearing that we were going to start a dodgeball league or dodgeball. Did you ever do a
No,
dodgeball team?
I was like, I'm not doing. After that, I'm like, Mitch
Yeah,
and me
it's
are done
ruined.
playing sports. We're not doing this anymore. I can't handle it.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about before we get into your heavy topic.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned for that. The new iPhone just came out, and they released like some news on the Apple Watch. Are you an Apple person? Or are you? Like
I am. Yeah.
So I last night I was like flipping through it on their release or whatever,
Yeah.
and it is absolutely ridiculous that they have this watch now that. Like, I'll give you a few specs on it that relate to fitness. One is you can send people your heartbeat. This is like a big thing for them. Okay. If you have the Apple iWatch and I have the Apple iWatch, I can like tap on my watch and you'll feel the tap on your wrist. And then I can send you my heartbeat and then you'll feel my heartbeat on your wrist.
Why would I want that?
I don't know, but they're like, this has never been done before.
Yeah, but it's creepy.
I know.
When have you ever like? If I feel someone's heart, I'm like, ugh, I shouldn't be feeling this. I'm not a doctor.
I've
Why
always
would
had
you
a bit of
want
a
that?
heartbeat phobia. Like, I don't like hearing my own heartbeat
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
why would you need to hear somebody else's? Like then it freaks you out because
Yeah.
does mine sound like that? Like why would you want to know?
Someone's like going to be commenting on like your heartbeat, and if you have like some arrhythmia or something like that, it's like that's the last thing I need.
Yeah, I know. I think you should get that checked out.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
It doesn't sound
It
regular.
doesn't sound right.
There's something's
You
wrong
just
here.
had
Oh my
3
God.
beats. You're supposed to have 2.
That's terrifying.
And like now, they're going to be like $350, probably like over $400. So kids are going to be having an iPhone, this giant iPhone in their pocket, which you have to have with you to pair with your watch, and
Oh,
they're going to
I
have like a
see.
$400 watch. I never had a watch over $40.
No,
Now
I had
kids are
that the orange one that came in the Muppet movie.
Oh, you
The
did?
Muppets on it. Yeah.
I always liked having an Iron Man watch when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, those like black
the
ones.
ugliest.
Yeah.
I had one that was like lime green with like burgundy buttons. It was just the ugliest.
Did it have the watch band that was like material and it stunk?
Oh,
Get like
yeah.
sweaty.
I had one of those.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like a
reeked.
Velcro strap.
Yes.
Oh man, those were really gross. I remember that.
You never washed them.
No, I do remember that too. There's like always that little spot underneath your wrist.
Yes,
you
like
keep your watch
yeah,
all the time, and it
like
smells
slime-
so
it's-
weird.
It was a weird smell.
So
that's awful.
it does have some interesting things that they're trying to do. The Apple Watch will tell you if you're sitting or standing. So if it'll tell you if you've been sitting too much. It'll send you a shock or something to tell you to get up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to like zap you into fitness. Is what they're trying to do.
Jesus.
And then you can like look on your day and be like, oh wow, yeah, it looks like the majority of my day was sitting. To make
But
you feel bad.
How do you not know that already? Are you that stupid? You're like, no, I've been standing all day.
yeah.
You've been sitting? No, you've been sitting
Yeah.
all day. That's so stupid.
Yeah. I guess just a way to keep track and more motivation to get outside. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm not really big on these huge phones. Like, I think it's, I don't understand what it is about people when they have these humongous like Samsungs.
No, it's like a TV. What phone do you have?
I have an iPhone 5S.
Okay, I have the 4, so I'm
Yeah.
smaller.
Like, they're about the same size, I think.
Are the 5s longer and skinnier?
Not too much. Maybe
No?
a little bit. Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
that.
not. Oh,
You know what I
the
mean?
viewers
Yeah.
can see this.
They can't
Okay,
see us, but we're
yeah.
measuring up our iPhones right now.
Not much.
I used to
though.
have a 4 forever. I love the 4.
I'm,
think
I'm quite content with a 4.
I think that was the best one they've come out with because it's had such longevity too.
Yeah.
Now, Steph, let's get to one of the main things. I heard this through the community, I guess, that I knew it'd be exciting to get you on the show about. You had this crazy exercise-induced anaphylaxis.
Yes.
Can you take us through that whole thing there?
Yeah, it's really intense. Like I've been running my whole life. Like I started cross country when I was in like I was like, what is that? I'm
Jogging.
Like, okay. I was like, what is that? So terrifying. Like, someone's in your house. Somebody's in here. Yeah, I've been running since I did cross country when I was in grade 6. So I've been running my whole life. So I did a half marathon like 3 years ago, ran that, fine, no problems, been running. So this summer, this past winter, January was the first time it happened. It was like one day was like kind of nice. It wasn't like nice out, but it was nice that there wasn't a lot of snow on the street. And there's like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go for a run outside. I think it was like 14. It's like a weird day or something. So I'm like, okay, got my like running stuff on, went out for a jog. So I actually jogged this. I've jogged actually by your house. I go from my house, I go down to running meet and then around. So it's like a perfect like 5K little block that I do. So I get like I'd say like 3 kilometers in. I'm like, oh my God, I'm out of shape. My throat felt like really like sore. And I'm like, shit, this is not good. So I'm still running. I'm like, oh fuck. And then it's like running meet station. I'm like, this isn't right. Like, I'm really out of shape. Like, I'm huffed over and I'm like, my throat's like killing me. And then my eyes started like twitching. I'm like, what is going on right now? So I looked in like a rearview mirror of someone's car and I'm like, what the hell is that? And my eye was like Quasimodo. Like it was like my right eye was full and shut. I'm like, whoa, this isn't right. So I'm like, I don't know what to do now. I have no money on me, nothing. So I like run home. And by the time I get home, my throat is like killing me. My lips feel like they're like coming out of their face. I look at my arms, I jumped in the shower because I don't know what's going on right now. My entire body was covered in red hives. Like just like every piece of my body, I'm like, this isn't right. And like, so I started like, my head was like, flames were coming in my head. I was like scratching my head. I couldn't. I was like in the shower crying. My roommate comes and she's like, you need to go to the hospital right now. Because I was like crying in the shower. I'm like, okay. So I get out. I think I biked to the hospital because I'm an idiot. So I bike down. And I get there, and as soon as the nurse saw me, she's like, what is happening? I'm like, I don't know right now. And she's like, how are your lips? I'm like, ugh. And I'm just like, okay, we're running you in. So they rush me in the hospital. They give me EpiPen in my arm. And then they gave me like 3 or 4 Reactin pills, whatever. So they just sit there, relax for like half an hour. So I'm sitting there. So my skin like finally comes down. Like 45 minutes later, I come down. My eyes are still fucked, but my skin goes back to normal. So they keep me there for another half hour, and they're like, okay, that was a weird reaction. They're like asking me these questions. You allergic to food or stuff? I'm like, no, whatever. So they're like, okay, could have been a fluke. You could have like inhaled something when you're running. I'm like, I don't think so. I remember inhaling a chunk of something. Like I don't roll the mouth open.
Someone was eating shrimp on the side of the road.
I just threw it, and I went, oh, I didn't notice. Like it makes no sense. So I'm like, okay. So I go home. I had to call in sick for work that night. It's fine. I'm like, whatever. So I don't run for a couple more days. I'm like, a week off. So I was at the gym at this time too.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym like a week later, running on the treadmill, 30 minutes in, exactly 30 minutes in. I look in the mirror, eyes doing it again. I'm like, what the hell is happening? So I'm like, now my eyes shut. So I go home. I went to showers at the time and I took a Reactin and I relaxed. I'm like, okay, that's fine. This is fine. It's happening again. I'm going to stop. So I go for a month and a half no running. I'm like, that's it. So I got fat as shit in that month and a half because like I didn't want to work. I was freaked out because I'm like, it's happening when I run. I'm like, what's going on? And I didn't eat the same thing. I was eating the different things like totally. So I was doing like little workouts and I play Australian rules football.
Okay, yeah. Aussie
rules. And those practices were fine. Like nothing was ever happening to me. I was never getting like, it was like, wasn't so intense. Like you'd be running a bit. And then like, so then I kind of stopped going to that because I was like totally freaked out. So then the last time was like, this is the last story of it. I was like running again around here and it was brutal. Both my eyes are closed. I'm like, holy shit. So I biked myself to the hospital and this time was like really bad. They got really mad at me because my throat was like closed. And I didn't even, like I could barely get water down.
Didn't they give you an EpiPen after the first time?
I had to buy one. Yeah. But I just didn't use it because I was like, if I use it, I have to go to the hospital anyways. Yeah. But they were like really pissed off at me for not. Also, it's $100. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to go to the hospital. $100 for a fucking EpiPen. So like, I'm not going to use this when I'm going to the hospital anyways. So I biked myself to the hospital and it was a really bad idea because both my eyes were shut and I was just like biking down like Ronsonsville like a crazy person. So this time like they rushed me in immediately. Like I barely even talked to the triage nurse and they put me on I had like a mask and then they put this woman starts putting an IV in my hand and she keeps missing. I'm like, I don't think you know what you're doing right now. So my roommate came to meet me and she's like, the woman, she's like, can we get somebody else? Because I looked down and she missed my vein. It was like blowing up like a balloon. I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to look like that right now. She's like, no, it's not. So my roommate's like, can you go? We need somebody else. So like, put another IV. I went through 2 full packs of like liquid Benadryl, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to get to my body. And I had to stay at the hospital for 3.5 hours because it was like, my skin was not coming down and my eyes were not opening and I was just like my throat like was slowly opening. So like we might have to keep you here like overnight. I'm like, no, I'm not staying. I'm getting the hell out of here. Like I don't want to be in this place. So then I went for an allergy test.
Yeah. Blood allergy test?
Yeah.
Or do they just
no,
scratch
no,
your
no. They
arm?
just scratched my arm with
Yeah.
shit. And I'm like, I'm telling you right now, it's not. I was telling him, I'm like, it's only happened when I've worked out. He's like, well, what did you eat? I'm like, no, I'm telling you,
Oh, fuck.
has nothing to do with what I ate. So he's pricking
Yeah.
me a million times and nothing is reacting. So I'm like, I eat shrimp every day. Not every day. That'd be disgusting. I eat shrimp every day. But yeah, so he's like, well, it could be this allergy-induced thing, but that's pretty rare. I'm like, no, that's what I have.
Yeah.
Why am I telling you what I have? Like, I know what I have right now. And he's like, well, all you can do is take Reactin a half hour before you work out. And I'm like, that's it? And he's like, you could have this for months or years or forever. I'm like, well, that sucks.
That's great.
Yeah. So I
Just
literally
say you don't know how long I'm going to
Yeah.
have for.
I went for a run actually at the beginning of the week and it happened again. I forgot to take my Reactin. It was just the eye this time though.
Wow.
Just the eyes. I got home, I took a Reactin right away.
So you have to make sure you take an
Yeah.
antihistamine.
I have to take it at least half hour before I work out.
I think the problem too, why your doctor knows nothing of it, or the doctor that you talk to, is because it is very rare. From what I've read, is that not a lot of people have had it, so there's not a huge test group for them to, figure, use as experiment on.
Because they don't know, they have no idea what sparks it.
Yeah, like like you broke out in hives and everything, right? So, I did like some reading up on it, and it said that that's pretty much the only thing you can do is try to prevent
It
just
from
like
happening.
just like anyone who gets like allergies from like I get really bad pollen and stuff in June. That's my death month, or like I'm not going to smell for a month.
See, that's just
So I have
smelling.
to take Reactin.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like I'm completely congested. Like
Okay.
my throat's itchy and I'm constantly being like, I'm like
I'm
doing that. Like I'm like itching the inside of my ears from my throat. It's a bit of a skill. I don't know why people are so grossed out by it. Like I can I literally feel like I'm creating this like little vortex that's like going out my ear from my throat. So it feels like people who scratch your throats with your disgusting. I don't even know how do you describe it. It's like a I don't know.
I guess everybody
It almost sounds like you're
who has
gagging.
has that. Yeah. Ugh.
So the hives thing is called urticaria. Did they tell you that?
No.
So that's what that is, and it is you get the papules, and they surround all this pustules on your body, and so it sounds disgusting.
The,
What do
the
they do
eye
for
thing
that?
is the worst.
Yeah,
I
closing up.
find. I can show you, but have my eye. Well, no one
you
can
got a
see this,
picture?
but
Yeah.
this is actually the one that was really bad. It was on my old phone.
If you want, I'll because I'm going to post all
Can we
this stuff
post
on
it
my
up?
website.
Yeah, we can post this up.
Send
I'll
me the
show you
picture and
this.
I'll post it.
It's just like what happens is your eye just does this weird. Here, that was a good one. You get like lumps. Like so, I just had this like lump on my eye,
Oh yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, that's the good one.
Oh god.
And it's like it starts like that, and then all of a sudden I'm like Quasimodo, and like one eye is fully shut, and the other one is like it looks like the guy from Hey You Guys, like
Oh, you look
Goonies.
like
That's
Sloth.
exactly what my eyes look like. They're not normal
Oh
eyes.
my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, like it's scary with some allergies, especially when you don't know what you're allergic to. Like when I was a kid, me and my stepbrother were like in his uncle's backyard. He had a lot of like plants and like he had like a lot of bush, and we were like for some reason trying to saw a path for them to like walk their dog through. It's so stupid, but we thought that was a great idea, and they were all for it. And I guess we were cutting through sumac and stuff like that, and found out that my brother was extremely allergic to sumac. Like he Quasimodo'd like
Right away. Yeah.
great, like deathly allergic to this
Oh
stupid
my
plant.
god.
So that's always freaked me out about allergies too. Just being like, shouldn't we all just have like a EpiPen behind glass somewhere, like next to the?
They're also
the
like
G-Fib?
freaky to use.
Yeah.
Like
You're
like,
jamming
they made me
adrenaline
like
into you,
do
right?
it a couple times. I'm like, I am so scared of needles. I don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
guess if I was like dying, I could put it in my own leg, but like that image freaks me out.
Did they say always to do it in the leg, or can you do
Yeah,
it in the?
like I said, do it in leg because it's the fleshiest, so
Yeah.
it won't hurt as much, whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, like paying $100 every time for that stupid thing. Like, it's a one-time use. That's insane.
So you haven't had to use it since your hospital scare.
I didn't use it then either.
Oh, you
I
didn't use it?
No, I should have. I was really pushing my life there. It was bad. I was not breathing when I got to the hospital. I was like it was like not coming out of my mouth.
That is the
It
scariest.
was stupid. It's just like because I've never been allergic to anything in my life. Nobody in my family has. They kept asking. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not for like peanuts. I'm like, I just ate like a tub of peanut butter
Yeah.
last week. No, it's not peanut butter. I eat it all the time. Like it's.
Yeah, I know. It's weird that when I was a kid, I was never allergic to anything, but like
as I was going to talk about with getting like blood allergy tests, I haven't had this done yet, but I know that there's definitely some foods that I'm allergic to. And I think that like most kids are allergic to milk. And that's why we're always like mucusy and sick and shit when we're kids. And we're just drinking milk all the time, right?
You're forced, we got forced to drink it.
Woody Harrelson. That's like the start. Where does he come into this?
It's like he's a milk guy? I don't know.
No, it's where he stopped drinking milk, and when he like went on his vegan path, the first thing was that he was like always zitty and mucusy, and someone told him to stop eating dairy, and then it like fixed everything.
Well, I mean, cheese is never going to leave my life.
No, I know.
So
I know.
can't.
Like it's. I mean, I've talked on the show before about how, unfortunately, milk is probably nowhere near as good as they say it is for us, but it's so good. I just feel like if you have it, and I actually remember I still have the book you bought me for. You bought me a book on cheese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So weird.
for my birthday.
That was such a strange thing.
Still part of the bookcase there.
Good. I'm glad we still have that book.
Just in case I need to look up some Gouda or something like that.
Yeah. I need that goddamn cheese.
But you're okay now. You know how to manage this crazy thing.
It's just like it's kind of expensive too.
Yeah.
Like Reactin's not cheap.
No, it's not.
It's like $47 for like a pack of like I don't know 28 pills or something. It's not a cheap thing to buy.
You got to go to the Costco.
I need to go to Costco.
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
where
doing
I got my Reactin.
Oh really? Is it way cheaper?
Way cheaper, and you'll get like way more.
Or like the Life brand one I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I need to take 10 milligrams whatever of one.
Is that something you have to do sometimes, like when you're doing a show? If you've got some sketches that are going to be high tempo,
I've never thought of that. I probably should. That'd be terrifying. Yeah, if I do an hour stand up, I'm like literally dying by the end of it.
Oh my God.
So I should probably. That'd be awful to get that on stage if I had the reaction. Oh my God.
I feel like you like to move around a lot on stage and stuff too. Have you ever thought like to have like a wireless mic or like a headset?
I
feel
wanted
like
that.
that'd be perfect
I would
for
love
you.
a wireless mic. Yeah. Then just
like
bring
old
my
Robin.
own.
Yeah.
I got my own mic. Thank you. Okay, we good? Yeah.
You just plug in the pack. You're ready to go. One thing I want to talk about with running with myself. I've always hated running. When I was a kid, I went to a school and we had the fastest runners in the county.
What's the county?
I grew up in Aurora.
Okay.
And I went to like this little tiny school called Well Street, but we had the fastest runners. Anytime we competed, it was like my friends were always like 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the whole thing. And like this is before I ever smoked or drank, when I was actually trying really hard and I just could not be good at running. So I stuck with high jump. That was my thing. But I always have this, I think there was this one memory I have. My mom used to dress me in Doc Martens. Mm-hmm. Wear that to school sometimes.
Yeah.
One day I forgot my gym shoes, and my gym teacher made me run in my Doc Martens outside.
That's blisters. That's a lot of blisters. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been horrified with that. And then I had an episode on a treadmill about 6.5 years ago. I was at a Good Life on a treadmill. And a friend got me one of those, like, you know, those heart rate monitors, and they like strap to your chest underneath your clothing, and then you have the watch, essentially what the iWatch is doing now. And I remember I had, for the kids, you won't know what this, but it's called an iPod Nano. It was a slick little tiny thing.
Little baby.
So I remember having that, and I remember I was jogging, and then all of a sudden my iPod started to screw up. And like the heart monitor connects to the treadmill, so you can see it on there too. So my fucking like iPod just started. It was all scrambled and fucked up. I was like, what the fuck? And then my heart rate started to just go boom, and I could see it on the treadmill. It was like it went up to like 180 or something crazy. And I like freaked out. I like got off and I took a cab to the hospital.
Oh my God.
And like I'm just in like black workout clothes. And I just remember like walking in like I was a zombie, and like this one paramedic being like, "Oh, we got a problem over here."
This guy thinks he's a zombie. That's a problem, right?
But they like just dismissed it. We're like, "I'm sure you're fine. We've checked your blood pressure. We've checked your heart rate. It's okay. You probably just went a little overboard or something."
Oh my God.
I'm like, I don't know. Why did the iPod get all screwed up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I got like a jolt.
A shock? Oh my God.
So I never used it again.
No.
After that day, it was like done. And then, it's always been like, I'm trying to like find my way around cardio, because now I'm at this gym and I'm like, well, if I have a heart attack down there, I'm going to be dead by the time the old lady comes down. So I'm like trying to I'm trying to like cycle or just even walk.
Yeah.
Try to, like, especially in this area.
I find like treadmill, it sucks.
hate
It's
it.
so boring.
It's
Do you
so
have,
boring.
okay, you have that. Have you heard of this Nike app?
Yes, I have that as well.
you
But
have
I don't
that.
have the thing where you put in your shoe or something.
No. I just have where I run with
your
it.
phone? Oh, okay.
And then you can see, it tells you like when you're running, the music plays, it says you've run 1 kilometer.
Yeah.
And like, I find that helps. If I don't use that, I run like a slow idiot. But if I have that and I can see how fast I've ran, like
Yeah.
I have the same like route I do.
Yeah.
So I can see, I get faster every time I do it and stuff.
So you're doing like the Annette loop.
I go to High Park now because
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
I'm
okay.
running. I do the dog path because it's like
Oh.
soft on your knees. 'Cause it's like mud kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like bouncy. It's kind of fun.
Do you have like a specific type of shoe you like to wear?
I just
What are you rocking? Some Saucony's?
I'm doing Saucony's right now only because they were on sale in the States. They were $80 for this pair, and they're lasting. I need a new pair now. I was overdue them for so long.
Well, I'm just going to heat up the old fax machine because it's time for quick facts.
It's hot. It's hot.
Time for some facts about running. You're a fan of running, so I found some facts on health.com. I wanted to share with you, Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Some are female related.
Oh, hello. That's me.
Some are pretty ridiculous. Like runners are they're getting adventurous and dirty. Apparently, more people completed obstacle races and mud runs than marathons and half marathons.
I believe that.
That's the new thing.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd like to get into?
Yeah, it's more fun, I think, and more
A
competitive.
mud run? It makes me think of Woodstock or something.
There's just hippies everywhere in dreadlocks. Well, no, like Tough Mudder. I think that has really sparked
right,
a big
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Would you cheat? Like I you can see, in Britain they chase the cheese wheel down.
Yes, yes. I want to do that so bad.
Oh my god,
That'd be the best.
I would love to see you competing in that.
Oh, I would love that. If for cheese, do a big brick of
Yeah,
brie. Oh
yeah.
my god, I love brie. I would be first for
I
sure.
wonder, does the winner get to keep the brie?
Yeah, but people break their legs. If you watch videos
It
of
looks
that,
insane.
it's like the hill's like totally
yeah.
like 90 degrees. Like you're pretty much just falling down a hill.
God. Here's one for the female listeners. Your boobs move way more than you think. Research from the University of Portsmouth in England has found that breasts don't just bounce up and down during running. They also move side to side and in and out, creating a complicated figure 8 pattern.
Who did this study?
The University of Portsmouth in England.
So a pervert.
A pervert, yeah.
Why else? What is he just
Yeah,
like?
there's somebody that's been watching
Just
women.
taping
yeah.
women's breasts and
Need you
then
to
making
come
them
in
run.
and do a jog.
Oh my god!
Just gonna take a quick. We're gonna put you on the slow mo.
Take your shirt off just for a minute.
Oh, look at him bounce!
It's a figure 8. It is. It's a figure 8.
Well, he did find. I'm assuming that it's a male. But,
I feel like it would be. I don't think women care this much.
you got to be careful of breast displacement. You could.
Oh my God.
You could permanently damage your Cooper's ligaments. I don't know if.
Oh my god! Now I'm getting freaked out.
And it could lead to premature sagging.
Okay, this guy's a little too obsessed with women's tits. That's insanity. How would he know that? He took one person, he took one woman, and like now she's got the saggiest tits.
Yeah.
No, everyone's tits are gonna sag. This is what happens.
You just want to make sure you have a supportive sport bra.
Yeah,
to
you need-
minimize the bouncing.
I will say one thing for women who run, and I'm sure that they can vouch for this. When it comes to that time of the month, like before you
Yep.
have your period, your tits are really sensitive, and running is a form of hell. Like I sometimes have to wear 2 bras
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
because they're just like so sensitive, and then it's like, yeah.
So that's I guess one fact.
That's a fact. But like, I don't know.
Even
This
in
guy,
consideration.
he's a freaking pervert.
You're fastest in your 20s. That makes kind of sense, right?
Yeah.
But apparently, like an 18-year-old will finish just as fast as a 6-year-old marathoner.
Yeah. Wasn't there one? I think this year there's a 10-year-old who did faster than my half marathon time, and I was so fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I worked my ass off for that goddamn time, and you're fucking strutting in here with your little 10-year-old fucking
It's
tots.
not, not a fair comparison.
That's not
He hasn't
stupid.
abused his body like we have at this
Right?
age.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke weed all the time. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I hate this kid. Prick.
Oh God! I mean, this is like a really easy fact. Of course, it burns a lot of calories. Now, the one thing with running is that even when I used to do personal training, is I didn't like getting people on a treadmill on like one incline going one speed.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're gonna have, especially with you running outside, if you like, you can see like that the height. What am I trying to say? The
incline,
incline changes.
Yeah.
So you can burn even more calories with like changing up that differences. So I used to do sprints for a minute and then
jog for a couple,
sprint and then walk for 2. It'd be like sprint, walk, and that's a really fast way to get through a cardio workout. But
I think it's better for you. So on the treadmill, I think it's a better workout.
Yeah, I just can't even think about. I wish they would banish treadmills. There's one at this gym I used to go to around the corner from here, and they had like it was like a video game, and it was like I guess they had someone like with a camera on their helmet, and they like made it like a little terrain path. So you're like, as you're biking, you're going just like through, like the back roads of Arizona or something like that.
Stupid.
Yeah, but like it's obviously for people like me that have a problem with cardio or something that are like,
just go outside, bike outside, get a bike and bike outside. That's it. No,
it's the dumbest. Hard. It is the dumbest thing.
Biking also, like, quickly about biking. Once you're doing it, when you have somewhere to go, you don't notice how far it is. You don't notice that you're like actually working out. You're just like, oh, I have to go to this place now, and I'm going. This is how I'm getting there. If you give yourself no other option for transport, that's it. You have to. Back to running.
The last fact I'd like to say is that women rule the roads. They make up 56% of the 15.5 million race finishers. Wow, 15.5 million people raced in 2012.
That's crazy.
According to Running USA.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
It's insane. You can it shows you, actually, you can probably Google my name.
Yeah.
But there's like running, so I'm.
Nike.
No. It's like your sports results.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Every race you have your sporting results and they stay on there. Yeah. So it's like.
For the marathons that you compete in?
Yeah. And like the 10Ks I've done, it shows you like, yeah. Because I remember my friend, I have a friend, Iris from high school, who's like super, she does like Ironmans, half. She does all this friggin' shit now. And I'm like, I think I still have a faster half marathon time because we were very competitive when we were in high school. Like we run that 12-minute run. Yeah. And I don't think she knows this. She's probably listening, but I'd make her run first and then I'd see her time and I'd for sure beat it. I'd be like, oh, 12 minutes, no worries. And I'd run like a mental person so I could beat her time. I'm sure she never knew that fact, but.
Do you think you'll ever give up the running or?
No.
What would you do if they were like, you can't raise your heart rate ever?
I would just become super fat. I'd just be like, fine, all right. Because I don't think biking does that much for me. And yeah, running's anything that I feel like I lose.
It's just when, especially maybe when, do you know like what time of the year it happened? It was January.
It was January, but then I don't think it has anything to do with outside.
No, it wasn't the humidity or anything like that.
No, it's just whatever. It's just something inside.
Well, that pretty much wraps up Quick Facts.
Sure. Did you make that? Yeah. Oh my god!
You can tell the difference between like Adam Kennedy did the theme song for the show, which you'll hear when you listen to it, and then going to me that just like quickly finds something stupid and starts to layer it with a bunch of voices. That's my style. Yeah, that's how I like to get her done. So one thing I wanted to say just about the allergy testing again. I do think that everybody should get it done. You can check it out on immunocapcanada.com or cmlhealthcare.com. And you know what? Just go in. They require a very small amount of blood, so you won't be like drained on a table. And you can find out what foods and stuff you're allergic to. Don't know if it's going to help if you have anaphylactic
I don't think it will.
Induced exercise.
100% will not tell you. So
if you start running and your face starts to blow up, then
if you feel like your throat's closing immediately, go to a hospital.
Yeah, try to pay attention when you're running. If people are throwing food in your mouth, that does happen a lot.
Don't run through Kensington Market when there's closing time because they're just throwing fish left, right, and center over there. You don't want to be there.
I do want people to check out Lady Stash's new comedy album on iTunes. So Many Wolves, it is called. Mm-hmm. And I'll put a link on my website and everything for that. You're on Twitter?
Yeah, at Steph Tolev, yeah.
Cool. So I'll put a link to that on my site as well. Steph, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Check out podcastfatboy.com. Please subscribe on iTunes and rate. The journey continues. Have a good night. Bye-bye.